My name's Grace. I live in New York City with my dad and Papa. But I get to visit some pretty awesome places around the world with them. Wanna come along? The winter that I turned 10 years old, Daddy and I gave Papa a special trip for his birthday.
Ain't love a surprise. Ain't love a surprise. Ain't love a surprise. Ain't love a surprise.
400 years ago, this land was invaded by the Spanish explorer Francisco Cortez and taken from the Indians. Villa dos Primos is where we stayed up on the mountain.
This is where we live in Puerto Vallerta. It's called Casa Ora, and it means House of Gold. Come on in.
This is our place, and this is pretty cool for being January 15th, right? This is heaven. But we're heading to the beach to meet 3 of Daddy's friends from a show, Promises, Promises.
Another dollar, another day. Same old routine in my own.
This is Playa Los Muertos, which means the beach of the dead, but most people simply call it the Blue Chairs.
You're a sight for sore eyes. As a matter of fact, go over my head. You're my surprise.
Those are the Broadway boys, Adam, Brian, and Keith. Adam is so silly, he did one of those dance moves from Daddy's musical. They call it popcorn.
She lies with basketball. How about that? I want a real
Papa hired one of the massage guys to work on Daddy's feet because he's been dancing all year. And we did some shopping right there on the sand. You could buy silver jewelry, fruit drinks, blankets. I paid 5 pesos for some chicle, which means gum.
Gracias.
And Papa bought a silver bracelet.
Make a mermaid tail.
It was a perfect way to start Papa's birthday trip. This morning we're heading down into town for breakfast and some sightseeing.
Good morning, everybody. This is the view I see when I brush my teeth.
Daddy and Papa love all the gardens and flowers growing here. I like the animals. There's the birthday Papa. He's our team captain. All the houses on our street overlook the Pacific Ocean, but this is what they look like from the street.
Why is tequila so famous around here?
This was a small fishing village until 1961, when Hollywood director John Huston filmed a movie here called Night of the Iguana with the actor Richard Burton. When Elizabeth Taylor joined him and they got married here, the international spotlight was turned on.
Don't ever look back, don't ever look.
After breakfast, we're looking for some gifts to take back home for our friends. My classmates aren't really into big purses. But bracelets, now we're talking.
I'm getting these souvenirs for my classmates. I bet you guys love these.
¿Cuántas?
10 pesos. 10 pesos.
Here in Mexico, there are so many old-fashioned Volkswagens. My parents and I play this game where we have to count the cars. Like this one. Punch Buggy Orange! Punch Buggy Red! Punch Buggy White! Punch Buggy Red!
Punch Buggy Blue.
Punch Buggy Yellow! Punch Buggy Green! Punch Buggy Red! Hang on soon!
This morning we're taking a walk on the Malecon, the boardwalk along the shore. You can find lots of public artwork here.
There are all these beautiful sand sculptures here. That one's my favorite. So I'm going to give it a tip.
Una sonrisa tan particular.
The Bay of Banderas is where thousands of sea turtles come to lay their eggs every year. But their survival rate is really low, so the locals put the eggs in the protected cages on the beach so they can hatch safely. When they're old enough, they're set free.
Que viajan en boomerang. Hay intenciones que siempre volverán para bien, para mal. Tal para cual.
As we were walking through the old part of town, we found the local elementary school.
I'm in vacation, but they're in school.
Tal para cual. Ángel al final, lleno del mal.
These parents stopped by to have lunch with their son. Oh, Punch Buggy Red! This afternoon, we're going horseback riding up in the mountains. As we head out of town, we pass all the school kids going home.
Now we're going to go horseback riding in the mountains. They're picking our horses right now.
We head up the river into the mountain.
By me.
These people are washing their clothes in the river.
Go.
We passed through some tiny villages, but soon we were the only people around for miles.
Great.
Pretty
Wait.
rocky, but my horse knows the way.
Our guide says we're gonna go for a swim in the river in a little bit.
We came here for a break, but the water is so freezing.
Even though it's freezing, Pop and Daddy are gonna give it a try.
Sure. Unless that's the part that makes you have diarrhea. Yeehaw!
Daddy hates cold water, so he's gonna lay on the hot rocks instead.
Alright, our river break is over. And now it's time to go home.
How's it going? We're having a good day here. We've been on horses for about an hour and a half. We took a swim in the water. It was very cold. And got my underwear drying back here.
For my next birthday, I think Pop and Dad should get me a horse. Yay!
Bienvenido a pasear a caballo.
For hundreds of years, the Bay of Banderas was where humpback whales were hunted. But in 1966, all whale hunting was stopped, and now they're safe to call this bay home so they can reproduce and give birth.
Today, we're gonna see some humpback whales, which is so cool. I can't wait to see the whale.
Adult whales are 40 to 50 feet long, and they can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. On the way to the boat, guess what we saw in the tree?
Can you see the iguanas? They're huge.
Our boat's name is Delfines Gemelos, which means twin dolphins.
Here it comes. There's Mama.
Within minutes of heading out into the bay, our guides found the whales.
See that she alive. No la saques todavía. Eres bien vaga.
It's Mama and a baby.
Oh, the fin. It's a little fin.
When a whale dives, its tail makes the water on the surface form slick spots, known as whale footprints. Our guide uses the footprints to mark the path the whale is taking underwater. There's another one!
Come on, baby, where are you? This is something else.
I think they are such beautiful creatures. Our guide lowered a microphone under the water so we could listen to the whales singing to each other.
On the high top. Vamos a buscarlo, ¿no? Está ya en el brinco.
Daddy, Papa, and I saw that there were some zipline companies up in the tropical forest of Sierra Madre Mountains, so we signed up. On the way there, we learned a new Spanish word, topes. They're the bumps on the road to make you slow down. Once we arrived, we got our gear on.
This is your harness. But it's hard.
Then we began the long walk up the mountain trails. Then we had to climb circular stairs up to the tops of the tree canopy. The workers hooked us into the lines and we were ready to go.
Ready to go on. Put it down.
3, 2, 1, go!
I wasn't scared at all because it was so much fun. It was like flying or being a monkey in a jungle. So cool.
Watch out! Woo! That's wild when it hits at the edge.
I'm going backwards this time.
Up here.
Right here.
Papa was shooting the video.
Come up.
Keep that phone, all right?
Okay. Bye.
This line is called the Rio Enchilada. It goes 1,000 feet across a valley. And I'll be as high as a 40-story building.
Here I go. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There was a roaring river at the bottom of the valley that we were zooming across all day.
See, you like it? Here, give me 5.
On the trail, they showed us a gum tree. The sap comes out as a white liquid, but when you put it in your mouth, it turns into gum. How about that?
I will.
Which one?
Look.
Over there.
Show me.
This one.
Did you
Yeah.
mention how poisonous it is?
This is a lot of work, but it's so much fun.
Special delivery.
How was it?
Amazing. I was upside down the entire time.
I'm leaving.
Ready to go. Hold the handle, because we're gonna start with the teeth.
Whoa!
Yeah. Were you holding your breath the whole way?
No?
We're gonna pass through the ring of fire.
The ring of fire.
Circus.
I know who would like this.
Let me go. Oh, sorry.
Watch out,
Ahead of you.
Crazy.
Awesome! Awesome piece.
Awesome piece.
You can really hear the river roaring down below. We're gonna race this time.
Who's gonna win?
Race.
Who's gonna race? Who's gonna win?
I always said the girls win, so I don't know why.
Vámonos.
Come on, Grace. Yeah. Let go, Gracie.
The very last ride, Papa and I got to go right next to each other and have an awesome race.
Fantastic. Who won?
¿Cuántos traes?
I don't know. Me. I did.
Wow.
When we were done, we visited their petting zoo filled with animals from the jungle.
He's giving me a massage on my hand. This is what we're feeding him.
Powdered milk.
Those little teeth. He's trying to nip me. I wanted a bunny. You guys won't let me have a bunny.
Nice hat. It's a cute hat. Chin up.
It's not a hat.
Chin up.
If I do that, Daddy's gonna fall off.
Hi, monkey. Imagine you want this pet.
I've got one on my shoulder.
I'm screaming.
No screaming. I was told no screaming.
Come on, good.
I'm not putting that on my head. Not putting that.
Okay, thank you.
I have a snake and I guess an iguana on my head. He's huge. What do they eat?
Bunny now.
No, they do not.
¿Qué pasó con los sellos?
Once a week there's a bullfight at La Paloma, and we definitely wanted to go see this. It was just starting when we arrived, and they had just opened the gate for the bull to come out. First, there are 3 men called banderilleros, who are there to confront the bull to see how ferocious he is. They use colorful capes to make the bull attack them, but their job is to duck out of the way. Next, a picador enters on horseback, armed with a long spear. The horse is padded to protect it from the bull's sharp and dangerous horns. The picador's job is to stab the bull in the muscle on the back of his neck and weaken him to make him hold his head lower. Before 1930, the horses didn't wear padding, and lots of them had their guts ripped out by the bulls. Now the 3 banderilleros have to jab 2 sharp barbed sticks into the bull's shoulder. This really makes the bull angry, but also makes him weaker.
But that was pretty smart.
Finally, the matador, who's the star, enters the ring alone. with a small red cape and a sword. The matador uses the cape to attract the bull really close to him, and the way they move together, it's almost like dancing. It's really beautiful to see. Check out how the matador acts when he's got the bull in his power. That strut is so great, isn't it?
Seriously, I feel really bad for the bull, but seriously, I want him to get injured because they really deserve it. How about they find out what it feels like?
Finally, as the bull gets tired, the matador moves in position and uses his sword to stab between the shoulder blades and right through the heart. You won't believe this. The matador uses another sword to pull out the first one. Now watch this. The bull has dropped to the ground, and one of the other guys takes out a dagger and stabs him in the brain to put him out of his misery. This is really brutal, but bullfighting is part of Spanish culture, and they see it as a fine art. If the matador has performed really well, he is awarded an ear of the bull. See the ear in his hand? Now the matador is waving the bull's ear to the crowd. Look at that! People throw their hats into the ring to honor him. Very rarely, if the audience or the matador believes that the bull has fought extremely bravely, they can grant the bull a pardon and spare his life. Today, we're taking a road trip down the coast. First, we drive to a little town called Boca de Tomatlan.
The streets here in Mexico are full of big, fat rocks. These guys are fixing the street right now.
Since the village we're going to doesn't have a road to it, we hop in a water taxi and cruise down the coast. On the way, we pass a big ship where you can see a pirate show every night. Soon, we're pulling into a pretty cove with one dock and head into shore. This is the way everything has to be brought into town, load after load of supplies.
Welcome to Jalapa, Mexico.
Jalapa sits right on a hill, so everywhere you go, it's up steps. I'm really used to the subway steps in New York City, but this place is steep. How's this for a crazy combination? The guy riding on the donkey is checking his email on his computer. I got my own ride along the path.
I did this show called The Pirate, and it was set in this hillside Caribbean village that went down to the sea. It looks just like this. And the little courtyard, the little town square with the restaurants or people doing their laundry over here. The seawall, the sea, and the balcony where a lot of the romantic stuff played out. I'm walking between these little buildings, and it looks just like this. This looks like the village. And there's even a little stage here, a little amphitheater. There are no cars here. Everybody just walks, and there's some mules. It's very steep. And little pathways. This is like the biggest pathway in Yalapa. This is Broadway.
This is a really long walk, so I decided to catch a ride back.
After our hike, we head back to the beach for some lunch and some sunshine. Then we are off to our water taxi.
We're trying to take a picture, a nice family picture. 1, 2, 3. Very nice.
On the way back, we could see an amazing restaurant perched on a cliff, so we decided to have Papa's birthday dinner there. When we arrived, we discovered that its name was actually Le Cliff. The views of the Pacific Ocean were incredible, so we found a table and settled in to enjoy some supper and the sunset. Daddy asked the band to play Besa Me Mucho for Papa. It was a fantastic way to celebrate Papa's birthday. After 10 days in the Mexican sunshine, it was time for us to head back to the winter in New York City. I'll always remember my first trip south of the border and hopefully be coming back soon.
This is Hingston-Hurtado reporting from Mexico. See you next time.